As many of you know, Vanilla Sky is Cameron Crowe's cross between a remake and a translation of the Spanish film Abre, ojos. Crowe chooses to use different cinematic techniques and a variation on the concluding scene to differentiate his film from Alejandro Amenabar's. The concluding scenes are structurally equivalent, with the protagonist facing up to the reality that they have been frozen in a cryogenically frozen state. The differences between the concluding scenes occur between the visual elements of the frame compositions and in the protagonist's reactions to the situation.
Visually speaking, Crowe utilizes a brighter and more blended backdrop in his frames. The warm colors of these frames, in particular, suggest the rose-colored glasses through which the protagonist, David, looks at his world and his future. Amenabar, on the other hand, frames his scenes and his characters in a harsh manner with clearly defined edges and a focused background, suggesting unforgiving consequences to follow. These visual compositions reinforce the point that though neither protagonist wishes to believe that his life is a lie, Crowe creates a character who is more accepting of his fate. This point is further proven as the two protagonists leap to their deaths in order to escape their cryogenic frozen states. Amenabar and Crowe use the same precedent for the jump scene, a camera pan to a bird's eye view of the ground, then a switch to a worm's eye view as the subject is in free fall, where the emotion of the scene is developed. Amenabar's subject is clearly hesitant to jumping, as he shows with his scream and resistance to meeting the pavement, which is characterized by his crossed arms. Crowe's subject is conversely tranquil and even has a moment of closure as he relives the important moments and influences on his life in the form of a montage composed of old photos and pop culture references.
Here, the superficiality of American cinema with its focus on pop culture is depicted, while the unforgiving art cinema nature of Spanish filmmaking is illustrated. Ultimately, Crowe and Amenabar differ not only along individual lines of artistic expression, but also as products of their individual and distinct cultural heritages and traditions, dependent on the conventions, attitudes, and expectations of their colleagues and audiences.